Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking the time to spend a little time with me. I always appreciate that. And this will not be a commentary. This will not be a commentary. You will be watching the raw gameplay footage, the full game, unedited. This is a slider test. This is just a slider test to give you guys opportunity to see how the game is playing. You'll see some of my good, some of my bad. I made a couple mistakes. It is what it is, but it's really just to showcase the current slider set. This is in my test franchise. I think I will be creating the real franchise here soon once the rosters are fully, everything has been, cut down and everything. And I might as well wait at this point. I'm doing more so college football anyway, so that's kind of filling that void anyway. So we'll see. But anyway, man, just wanted you guys to take a look at the slider set. Again, these sliders have come compliments of Sim Gaming Network. I'm using his sliders. This one is on All Madden. I know his sliders are mainly at All Pro. I tried them on All Pro as well, but, I rushed for over 200 yards. So I bumped it up to All Madden, and this was my first game on All Madden. Definitely check it out. Let me know what you think. And, of course, man, if you like the content, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And make sure you turn on those notifications. All right, I'll let you guys get to it. Let me know what you think. Peace.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Elliott. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Right back to Elliott now. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Prescott will look to throw. This finds Cooks complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
The handoff on 3rd and short. He's stopped at the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. Now Dak to throw. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
From the 22 on 2nd down. Looking right, and he brings it in. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. Working inside the red zone. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. But now all eyes going to turn to those officials. We got to see if this flag is going to take it away. Offense liked how that play went. They choose to decline the penalty. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. Leading them out, a man in his 13th NFL season and rising quickly up the career leaderboards, Russell Wilson.
Kate, he's had some time to work past their last game, and he needed every second of it. A 4-interception game isn't easy for anybody to move on from, even for the shortest of memories. He's got to get his head right this week. This team needs him to deliver.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a long run of positive, but we see the negative here as one of his blockers in some distress following the play. So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. Harris once more. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. Big gain here as he picks up 20. And that's a Steelers first down.
What I like about that pick, I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go to some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful run.
And he's able to get this down to the 13. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Now here's Russ. Escapes the pocket. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Tight end going in motion here. They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
From the gun on 3rd down. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he can get 2 hands on it and take it the other way. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd and 13. That finds Elliott complete.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Ooh, on him quick there. They bring him to the turf. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. That punt goes 63 yards. And they'll begin this possession in just a moment. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running behind center with Harris. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Austin put in motion right. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They have 2nd and pretty long here. This ball's cut by Pickens. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
And they carry you off to talk about flipping the field in special teams. The kick return, a good punt, or an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has his man. It's the Michigan rookie. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Throwing now from the gun. Completed here to Pickens. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
The give here on second. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Wilson looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he almost gets to the 5. It goes out at the 6. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Slot receiver headed left. Russ looking to throw. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Wilson. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and that forces them to 4th and goal. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. This from just 23 yards away. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Elliott straight ahead. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Here's Dak. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate. before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. No return on that punt. And that is where they'll start the next drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll hand it off to Harris. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
2nd and 10 now. That throw finds Pickens. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. And with a half of football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Gotta think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Going right side, Harris with it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he rips off 8 yards on the final play before our 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They give now to Najee. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Staying on the ground with Harris. And he's brought down for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. They'll get that yard back, but no more. It's 3rd and 10. Russ setting to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. The Steelers calling their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Here's Wilson. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Wilson to throw it. He completes it in traffic. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take the lead just before halftime. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it, and win it.
Chris Boswell for the point after. That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. Tap to the air here. Cooks. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Prescott set to pass. He's got it, room to run. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Throwing it again here. Fires over the middle, caught. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. This one from an even 40 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
From the end zone, he's going to bring it out. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. So we arrive at halftime here in Pittsburgh. The Steelers leading after 2. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate. Thanks very much. More from you and the old quarterback.
Well, the teams are ready. The fans are ready. Let's give the people what... All set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. His return starts at the 5. And he goes out of bounds to hand them excellent field position up across the 40. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Najee takes this one. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Steelers first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
They go play action on first. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
The trajectory of that ball changes while it's in flight. I'll tell you this, Kate, on shorter throws, these receivers are so good to adjust, can still bring it in. But over a long distance, a tip like that alters the course of the ball, and it sure makes it tough to adjust in time.
Trying an inside give to Warren. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing is Wilson. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. That punt ends up a 36-yard kick. And the offense ready to head back out onto the field. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Carry here for Elliott. But he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Prescott will look to throw. Into the crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Cameron Sutton has the INT. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. The defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. A run here with Harris.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Second and 13. Couldn't connect there. Incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Here he is on 3rd and long. This ball's cut by Pickens. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Back to throw it. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Trying an inside give to Elliott. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him a yard back on the play. Now it's 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. Quick hitter complete. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down. It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They go with Harris on the run. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Play action on 1st down. Headed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. And he's certainly given us a performance worthy of these primetime lights. This is now a 100-yard game that he's put together. Third and 4 coming up now. Now they'll throw out of the gun. His shot downfield will wind up incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Elliott running out of the gun. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, a 2-yard run on 1st down. I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You have to pick up the pace.
Second and 8. He rifles it, and it's caught. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Open space inside the 40. And he has it almost to the red zone down at the 21-yard line. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Back to throw. Here's Dak. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
Can I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have first and goal. To throw is Prescott. Quick slant complete. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. It's second and goal. They'll send him up the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a lead just before the end of the third. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
That one right down the middle, and they'll continue adding to their lead. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Returns looking good so far. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. Ball at the 33 for first down. Wilson. Completed here to Pickens. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give the quarterback a chance.
And he's tackled with a first down yardage. That's a pickup of 9. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now here's Russ. He's on the move. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
This one falls incomplete.
I mean, you can see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. And on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
Pressure coming, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
He fires one deep down the middle. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Marquise Bell making the play. And the Cowboys are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, Vaughn. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
From the 27. This finds Cooks complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he stuck cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6. Takes the handoff, now to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away. That one missed the mark. So they're left with 4th down here. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. Ryan Enger, the one to send it away. He breaks a tackle, and they bring him down to put a stop to that return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. They are coming off their 1st interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Cowboys' 45-yard line.
Warren once more. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Warren. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
This finds Austin complete. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Now, I love that effort. It as much as possible that catch, earning the 1st down. It's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Going ground on 1st and goal. And And he's in for the touchdown. The Steelers take a fourth-quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Finding Vaughn. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to throw. This could decide things. It's intercepted. Mika Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. On 1st down, they'll run. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers only up by a few. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Harris once more. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Another carry for it. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. There's a give, left side. And he is into the end zone for a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers grow their lead on the turnover. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. The Cowboys offense headed out there. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Now to throw. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think it's fair to say, in the eye in the sky tonight, without that ball being tipped, we were looking at a big game. A missed opportunity to push their offense and a great play on the other side to deny the throw.
He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. To throw. Open receiver, caught. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing now. Got a man, coverage lost him, complete. And he's out of bounds, just inside the red zone. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's gonna move the sticks. Down 2 scores, no timeouts remaining, long odds ahead of him. It's 1st and 10. Finding Davis. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Looking to throw it. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete. Couldn't make that connection. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Here's Dak. The throw is caught. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one.